We're one of the most advanced nations on the planet, but for some reason, when it comes to childbirth, we may as well be living in the dark ages. According to a new investigation, an increasing number of women are being denied pain relief during labour because of a cult of natural birth. In fact, 6 NHS trusts have been identified as complicit, and in fact, figures also show that the proportion of women receiving pain medication like epidurals has fallen from 67% to 61%. So I've never understood this. I've never understood why there's such a weirdly macho culture surrounding childbirth. But there's no doubt that it does. And I think, the finger of blame has to be pointed at the NCT, the National Childbirth Trust, because the second they get hold of you when you're pregnant, they immediately start drumming into you that any form of pain relief is evil and bad and means that you would be a bad mother and unnatural, highly suspect, in fact. Even if, I remember when I was in my antenatal NCT classes asking about epidurals, and it was just as though I'd sort of, vomited in the room. It was very bizarre. And the thing is that some people are fine with that pain relief. They have perfectly straightforward births and they obviously, don't find it very difficult. But others, like myself, have real problems. And, I remember when I gave birth to my daughter almost 17 years ago, I remember the pain, the look of disapproval on my midwife's face when I asked if I could have some pain relief. And it was weird because it was almost as though she sort of decided in that moment that I was not a good mother, that I was not going to behave. And I do think it might have contributed to the fact that she completely failed to notice that my daughter was posterior presented and that therefore was never coming out naturally, which resulted in a very long and extremely painful labour and an emergency caesarean. I mean, it is just bonkers. And it's time that they stopped, and it's time that women were given the help that they need when they have babies and treated like human beings, not as though, they're some sort of political statement.